we will be doing What If Civilization Started Over, Part 11. The last one, the last episode was probably the single-handedly best episode I've done. Single-handed, I always say handedly. Single-handed best video I've ever done on Wixo because of it starting a new era in Wixo. Well, technically it ended with the start of a new era. As you see, there's this thing right here that bothers me. I hate it. But we are now in the era of great expansion. I think I'm gonna call the era before this one the era of a new beginning. Kind of like that name. I think it's kind of hard. But we'll start off this video with expansions, because that's what happens in the great era, or the era of great expansion. I've already recorded this video twice, and both the recordings failed, so I'm having to do this so many more times, and I've already forgot what I was going to do before. Except for this part right here. So the British Empire, which is, well, why not call it a British Empire? The British country is going to expand more into Greenland, like a lot. They realize that it's very cold here, so they, sent a lot of equipment to, battle through the cold. And they basically take the entire thing over. I mean, I don't know what I say when I mean basically, when they literally have the entire thing. But yeah, also, the United States, well, not the United States, but the American country has decided on moving their capital in between the Great Lakes, right here, for it, because it gives it more of an advantage if more countries rebel against it, revolt, kind of, and it gives them more of an advantage, or if other countries form, gives them an advantage because they are near bodies of water and they're far away from, kind of far from each border, except for, up here. But that's besides the point, because I don't think many countries are going to be forming up here, because, at the for the meantime, because it's a very cold part of the Americas. But let's go down here and talk about what's happening down here, because this is it's going to be a big deal. So we are obviously to the point to where boats are easy to maneuver and stuff. Nearly every country has them. The reason I say nearly is well, I don't know why I say nearly, because I think every country would have them. For some reason I was thinking that there was a country that didn't border water, but that would make zero sense. So every country has them. Some countries less than others, like over here in the Americas, because I mean they came from boats, but they don't have boats, as many boats as the others, But speaking of boats, we're gonna see boats from here come down here to Australia, and they're not coming down here from as in themselves. There's a new country about to be formed, if you didn't catch on to that. What color should I use? I've used a lot of a lot of yellow, a lot of green for sure, a lot of blue, a lot of red, a whole lot of red, some purple, pink, some orange, kind of. Let's go with let's kind of go with that's a nice color. I think I can use that. Yeah, let's use that. So they make a landing all the way down here, in this region right here. Let me fill that in. And yeah, that's what happens. I mean, there's nothing much else to say than that they've made it to Australia, which, don't get me wrong, is big. It's very big, actually. But I mean, because I mean, Australia is a big island. But I mean, they've already made it to Greenland up here and, you know, the Americas. Still a pretty big discovery, though, that they went all the way down there instead of just stopping here. But I guess they knew about it and they wanted it. So they're going to keep the trend of basically every country. Well, I say basically, well, sort of. If you look at every country here, what do they all have in common? They're all next to water. So they're going to go along the coastline. Which, I mean, it's basically what Australians did in the first place. They didn't do much other than stay in the coastline. Because, I mean, the outback is this entire region, basically. But that's beside, I don't know why I did that, but that's the spot. But that's besides the point. They're basically making a huge circle around Australia. But, yeah. It's late. I'm recording this at 12:30 in the middle of the night. And I haven't even edited the other videos. Take Tasmania as well. Like part 8, part 9, part 10. Haven't even edited them. Also, after I edit those videos, I'm going to add all the videos into one video, calling it a Wixo movie. And all of them are going to be on different ages, and they're all going to be based on parts. Like part 10. Well, they're all going to be based on 10 parts. Like, there's going to be 10 parts of the age of great, or the era of great expansion. A lot of expa there, you know. So they basically gotten the entirety of the coastline, and they just take Australia. So basically we have an Australian country that has also expanded into Papua New Guinea for some reason. That's pretty big in my opinion. Australia, that country is probably bigger than the American one, and that's saying something. But this country here has decided they're gonna, you know, come over here and get this. The reason why is they have realized that right here, let me just get the black out, right here, where this water comes through, which, yeah, where the water comes through right here, that is huge, because whoa, I didn't know I could do that. Holding down Z. I got a scroll wheel, what does that matter? But they realized that right here is very important for trade, and can be later on whenever, you know, countries eventually get over to here. Which, speaking of countries getting over to there, the Indian country, which is huge, basically, you know why I call it the Indian country? Look at it. Why else would I call it the Indian country? Takes over the entirety of India. When I say the entirety, I mean the entirety of India. There's not a spot of India missed. Unless they have an overseas territory that I don't know about. But there is going to be some settlers from there to go over here. And they're going to do something over there. There's so many green countries. I don't know what I'm going to do. Orange? There hasn't been like an actual orange country in a while. I don't remember there ever being an orange country. Why have I not done an orange country yet? Maybe I have and they just got, you know, absolutely rocked. But they will form their little colony, I guess you could say, settlement over here along the I'm not going to pretend like I know that little Bay Area. I'm not going to pretend like I know anything. I think I called the Sinai Peninsula the Cyanide Peninsula. I'm a little hey, I know this is the Korean Peninsula though. I know how to spell peninsula. Pen-in-sula. But yeah, they own that. And also this bit needs a capital. Okay, their capital is right there. Yeah, that's it. This bit right there. Look at me go. Been recording for like 20 minutes or 10 minutes, I mean. Already got a lot down. I've been moving today. Well, technically these past 2 days because I mean it's a new day, but that's besides the point. Also, if you want more different types of games, I might try like R6 or something. I don't know. But if you do want me to play games instead of just doing mapping content, let me know. I'll try some Fortnite, Minecraft. I'll try and start a Minecraft series again with BMR Goated. Because that was here's the thing. I can't really do that because he can't get a Microsoft account, and it's for some reason his Microsoft account doesn't work, so it's weird. I don't understand it, and they've made a expansion up here to basically Canada, if you want to be real, because Canada owns it. But they have been in we've known about North America for a long time because they knew about Iceland and Greenland, because Iceland is halfway North American, because you know the Mid-Atlantic plate like runs like through here and it like cuts off Iceland. It's weird. I don't like the Earth. Well, I do love the Earth. I love the Earth, but I don't like the way it be moving sometimes. The way I worded that. The way it be moving sometimes. I forgot to give the beginning of the video announcement, or the start of the video announcement, so I'll give a mid-video announcement, like 13 minutes in. Probably around 10 at this point, because of editing, you know. But mid-video announcement, don't forget to like and subscribe. Like the video if you do enjoy the video. Not if you did, it's not the end yet. But and subscribe so you can try and help me hit 2K before the end of the year. If I hit 2K, you know what I'm gonna do? Be happy. And we all need the world to be happy, don't we? Happy world equals good world, am I right? There's a war going on. But they get a lot of... Whoa. The British gets a lot of these islands out here. And the British... It's kind of crazy. The British are doing what they did back in the 90s, I think. 1800s? 1800s to the 90s. Basically forming an empire overseas. At least they're not in India yet. No, that was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. But yeah, this country over here. I need to figure out how words. I just need to figure out how words, you know? There was a hair on my laptop. I get so distracted. And I also need to figure out words, because, you know, words are words, and words need to be worded correctly like words. Jesus Christ, I need to shut up sometimes. Holy. Okay, let's just expand this country. Why not? Yeah. They're going to expand because I want them to. They're going to expand down here. Gosh. They're expanding a lot. They take over this region. They take over this island. They take over these islands. So, where is Jamaica on this map? Jamaica would be like down here. Where are they at? Did I wipe them off the map on accident? I don't know. Say justice for... Actually, let's not say justice for Jamaica, because that could be controversial, and, like, you never know. That could be controversial in, like, a couple years. And if that does happen, come back to this video and say that I predicted it, and I should have 30 million subscribers. Because I want them. Over here, they'll... a lot of these countries will, expand. And if you'll see me doing this a lot, to where I draw a line and then do that, it's because great expansion, they're going to expand a lot, and instead of just moving out and fully playing it out, I'm just going to, you know, not waste time and get over with it, you know? Get over with it. Go ahead and get rid of this wrong thing. Going to get rid of this line, because I don't know why it's even there. And I'm going to draw this line over here. Or not draw this line yet. Not drawing it yet, but I'm fixing this one right now. Alright, now I'm going to draw a line over here to show that they're not... This basically shows they're not going to be going this way. I mean, I didn't really need to go this far up, because I'm not going to be going that far with this country. This country is only going to be moving up to, like, here. I'm eventually going to put borders with every country, but that's only when the entire map is filled. You know? Also, even though this is part 11, shout out to Adiz Pro for giving me this idea. I probably shouted him out in the first video, and if I didn't, I apologize, because he fully gave me this idea. I was big on mapping before. Well, no, I wasn't big on mapping. He wanted me to... He's the one who inspired me to do all this. So a huge thanks to Adiz for let me do this. Because one of my mapping videos is my most popular video on YouTube, and I really appreciate it. Well, I appreciate what he does, as you could tell, because I'm also doing it. But back to what I was doing in the Wixo world. South African country is South African country. Countrying? What? Okay, then. We have a new country forming. Again. But new country. What the color's gonna be? No clue. I haven't had a clue what the colors were gonna be for any of these countries since... ever. I've never known what I was going to make the colors of these countries. It's crazy. That looks more blue there, and it looks more green there. In my opinion, that's crazy. I don't know why that seems so crazy, but it does. But that's going to be the color of the new country that's going to be formed. And it kind of takes some of the South African countries' land. Just a little bit of it. Like, a little bit. Because I kind of wanted to join in with this country. But, there's actually also a little bit of this country, too. But yeah, now we have a new country in Africa. I don't think we've had any new countries in Africa except for this one because, yeah, never mind, forget about it. But yeah, we're gonna eventually see that these countries will fully take over the entirety of Africa, but they haven't yet. So that's nothing to talk about at the moment. This country over here has expanded. Right here, and yeah, that's about it. Another new country is about to form because I don't know what else to do. Also, after I form this country, and actually I have to give this one a capital as well. But after I form this country, I'm going to do technically a global firepower ranking. Is kind of what they call it. But I'm going to do the strongest countries, the top 10 strongest countries. And I'm actually going to think about it this time because I'll probably have like 7 minutes to do it instead of like 3. But yeah, let's for some reason, nah, forget about it. I'm not sure what color I'm going to use for this country though. Pink. I don't think we have a hot pink. Yeah, we don't. We don't have a hot pink. Yeah, let's go. This is like this right here, this country, this color, I mean, was like the color of the first country. And you would know that if you watched the first episode, first part. But we have a new country, so that's besides the point. It's right here. Yeah. It's actually all the way up here. And even here. Let me do that. And then I can put back to like 2. Meant to put it on 3, but there we go. New country. Now let's go put it back on 2 and give it a capital right there. And I meant to give it Taiwan. There we go. Now we have a new country. Now we have to do a power ranking. I don't know why I couldn't think of what I was going to say, but power ranking time. This is going to shock a lot of you. I'm going to cut out to when I'm writing the numbers on each country, and then I'll, after the cut, you'll see that I'll have the numbers down, because just wait till after the cut. I numbered them all 1 through 10, and as you can tell, a lot has changed from the last one. The one in part 8 or 9 that I did was really just me going through it very quickly. This time I put a lot more thought into it. That's why it's a lot different than the one before that. But the one before, so the one before the one in part 8 or part 9, it's also very different. Because, I mean, new countries and stuff. But we have seen that the Mesopotamian country is no longer the strongest country. It is now the Indian country. It's still number 2, but it's kind of crazy. This country that was number 5, that one I was like for sure about. This country was number 5 in, I think, the video before last. So in 2 parts, it climbed 2 ranks. Then number 4, we have this country, the Caucasus country, I think I called it. This country being number 4, it hasn't left top 5 yet. It being one of the first 5 countries made. Number 5 is the British country. They gained a lot in a very short amount of time. And the fact that number 6 is the American country is mind-blowing. Them being in such a strategic location, far away from everyone else, and their military power is very, very powerful due to them having a lot of people that came over to this place. Like around 80 to 100,000 people were there whenever it was like barely, like when they like got it to like the Great Lakes, it was like 100,000 to 150,000 people there already. It has already reached 500,000 people, which isn't that much compared to like the Mesopotamian country of, or the Mesopotamian country's 2.3 million, which I'm just throwing out estimated numbers. But then this is the last thing I'm doing in this video, by the way. Then we have number 7, which is the Turkish country, which I'm calling it the Turkish country. I'm thinking of calling it the Eastern European country or the Balkan country, but there was a Balkan country before until it got absolutely obliterated by 3 different countries. Yeah, nobody was on its side, sadly. But yeah, the reason why they're so strong is because they're also very old. But yeah, did I even... Hold on. What the freak happened here? Because I put the 5 up here. Oh, that's right. Did I miss a number? Hold on. Make sure I didn't miss a number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, I didn't. So I was just making sure. These 2 countries are tied for 5th place. They are extremely strong countries. And this country has been along a lot longer. I mean, a lot longer. Like 5 episodes, 5 or 6 episodes, maybe even 7 episodes longer than the British one. Now, it's probably around 5 episodes longer than the British one, because the British one was added in episode 8. Or part 8, should I say. I'll also do 11 through like 21 or however many more there is. There might be 20 or 21, so I'll be able to give you basically another top 10, but in lower. But number 8 is the Horn of African country. Horn of Africa country. That's what I decided to call it. I think. This country is strong because, again, very old, which means they've got a big population, strong military. Then the 9th, which this country right here was, I think, 5th or... Yeah, I think it was 5th last video. Or not last video, but the last ranking. 5th or 4th in the last ranking. Now it's at 9th because countries have been getting stronger and this country hasn't been able to move anywhere, so it's just kind of been isolated and not very much has been going on there. But you'll see next episode something will happen. Foreshadowing, by the way. I just want something to happen with this country because there's nothing has been going on there. Same with like which country is it? I think it was the no, because those 2 had a war. Every country has expanded, so technically everything has happened with a country, except for this one. I mean, the Iberian country also can expand, but the thing is that they were the ones that helped this happen. And they're new, so they also introduced a new country. This country is the oldest country. I think on the map, at least. Maybe this one's like the oldest. Maybe it's the 2nd oldest on the map. And it has been doing nothing for like 5 episodes. And something needs to happen to it. Whether it's a revolt, whether it's a war. Maybe they go on an expedition to Antarctica, maybe. Maybe they explode. Maybe they sink into the ocean. I don't know what's going to happen yet. But they need to do something. But back to the power ranking. And the 10th one is the Italian one because of its growth and it defeating, the Balkan country. With some help, of course. But now let's go from 11th to like the 20th. So I've numbered 11 through the 21st, I think. This one's going to be a lot harder to get rid of whenever I am done with this ranking thing. But as we can see, the 11th strongest is the Scandinavian country. A lot of these new countries are becoming very strong because of where they come from. Like, this country is tied for 5th place, and it's kind of crazy to think about that the two countries tied for 5th place, one of them came from the other, meaning they've had a lot of advances in their country. The 12th is this North African country. They've always been in the top 12th ranking, but we might have to see if they leave that. They were in the top 10 not too long ago. I think in the first ranking I did, they were top 10. But I think we might see them leave the top 12, sadly. It's probably going to be to this country. Because this country has been doing a lot. When I mean a lot, I mean they were like down here. Like, well, no. They were like this in the beginning of, like, that line right there is what they only, like, all this down here below this line is like what they owned 4 episodes ago in part 7. They have definitely grown a bit. But yeah, they are also projected to be in the top 10 before part 15. But you never know, because a lot of these countries are very strong and getting very strong. Number 14 is over here in the Southeast Asian country. This green one right here. That says 14 on it. This one is because they came from India, the Indian country. Which, whoa. You hear that? Look at me go. Why did I say look at me go? Yeah. I don't think I numbered this country at all, right here. This country is also very strong. I think they might be like 14th, to be honest. Man. Everything has messed me up. From that double 5. It's now 1 o'clock in the morning. I've been recording for over 30 minutes now. Well, yes, this 14th one came from the Indian country. That's why it's so strong. The 15th one is the Iberian one, because, yeah. The 16th strongest is this one, because we saw what it did to the pink country, the Central African one. And then the 17th is this one, because it came from two different strong countries, which is this one and this one. This one being the 13th strongest, this one being the 4th? I can't even freaking remember at this point. Why did I say freaking? Can't even freaking remember at this point. I don't know why I said freaking. The 19th, or the 18th. Did I even put an 18th? Did I put a 19th? Well, if I didn't put an 18th, that's actually perfect, because, I mean, I feel like I drew an 8 somewhere. Did I not put an 18th? Dang, that's crazy. Well, I think this country was 18th. I don't think I ever named that. Named? I think I ever numbered that one. A lot of these I didn't number. I think this one... Hold on, I think I just need to redo this entire thing. Hold on. At least up to 14. Yeah, I like that. I'm just gonna number them with me. 14th, right here. This country is the 14th strongest, because, I mean, you saw what it did to the brown country. Brown country wasn't a weak country, but it also wasn't a strong one. Then we see the 15th strongest one. I already forgot which ones I numbered in the top 10, to be honest. I'm not sure if this one was in the top 10, but the 15th strongest one, I think, was this one. Then the 16th strongest is this one. The 17th strongest This one right here. The 18th strongest. This one right here. The 19th strongest. This one right here. The 20th strongest. This one right here. The 21st strongest is this one right here. The 22nd strongest is the newest one. This one right here. And yeah, that's just gonna be the ranking. I can't really give a backstory to all of them. I'm gonna try and at least get rid of all of them. It stops there. Well, I mean, that's not that bad. That's not that bad, really. Yeah. Actually, I think I'm recording for like 35 minutes on accident. Whoa, wrong thing. Yeah, let's get rid of these. Alright, yeah. Well, now we know the rankings of every country. Except for the ones that are tied, so... Maybe by next episode, they won't be tied. Maybe the green country will be stronger. Or maybe not. I don't know. I got to sneeze, so I'm probably going to cut it out. Well, that's going to be the end of today's video. Maybe next video we'll see the completion of the expansion in Africa. That would make 2 continents that have been fully expanded into. Not including Russia, of course, because, you know, it's a little different. But, yeah. Like, subscribe, if you enjoyed, and subscribe so you can help me hit 2K. On screen now, you can see, on screen now, you could, why can I not talk today? On screen now, you can see, the Wixo playlist, video YouTube thinks is best for you, and my channel. So you can subscribe. Whoa. Alright. Thank you for watching, and God bless.